to a late week 37 update. It is late. I know you guys are so patient because we've had a lot going on, and I'm going to update you on that in a little bit. But let me read you my app for week 37. Right now I'm technically 37 weeks and 4 days pregnant. So for week 37, your baby is now considered full term, even though your due date is 3 weeks away. If you go into labor now, your baby's lungs will likely be mature enough to fully adjust to life outside the womb. Your baby weighs 6 1/3 pounds and measures a bit over 19 inches, about the size of a bunch of Swiss chard. Let's see. So that baby is doing good. I will tell you that. Okay, so week 37. My midwife was out of town. Lots of exciting stuff happened. We had our baby shower at church, which was an amazing, amazing thing to share this baby and our joy with our church. We loved it. We had so much fun, you guys. I posted a baby haul video of all of the goodies that we got, and so it just was a huge blessing. That haul link is down below if you want to see what we've got. But we were blessed in so many ways and had so much fun and good memories, and it was fantastic. There was a potato bar with all of the trimmings, which made this pregnant mommy happy to load her baked potato with everything under the sun. Tons and tons of food. It was so much fun. Okay, and then my midwife was out of town for a couple weeks. She was on vacation. I guess they are entitled to go on vacation, and to like remove herself from work, they had to go to like Mexico. So because they're on call all the time, and so she deserved it. And so we're happy that she now has made it back from Cabo, from Mexico, and thank goodness we didn't go into preterm labor. But we had a great fill-in doctor while she was gone. We saw him. He was so good. He actually looked at my belly and said, your fluid is measuring low. And he could tell that the baby's fluid was measuring low. And so we immediately wanted an ultrasound just to confirm, because that's always been, that was a fear with Grace. It was something that was highly monitored, and she had non-stress tests, and then we went through this whole thing with her. So that was just like buzzwords for us, and we were like, we need an ultrasound today. But the baby, he just did a simple heartbeat, scan and everything, and baby was fine. I was tested for my iron and poked in the finger, and my iron came back. I have not had any complications. This pregnancy is like too good to be true. There's no gestational diabetes, there's no iron deficiency, there's all of my urine tests have come back fine every single time. So I'm just like, gosh, this is a blessing, this pregnancy, and it's allowed me to enjoy it so much. So anyway, poked for iron. And so we went over to the hospital, and we had our ultrasound done to measure my amniotic fluid that is surrounding the baby. And we just got our results, actually. We waited until my next appointment because they said, we'll call, if there's an issue, we'll call you. Turns out that ultrasound was 13.3 cubic fluid meters, centimeters. I'm not sure how they measure. I still don't know. I asked, and they gave me this big old long spiel. But anyway, Grace, I was admitted at 38 weeks with Grace with a level 4. So I'm 13.3, which is fantastic. I don't have to worry about my amniotic fluid. I'm drinking between 80 ounces and 100 ounces of water a day, and just doing really, really good. So I was so happy, so happy. And I even lost 0.8 ounces that week, week 37, with the fill-in doctor. So that was fantastic. So that went all fine, and my midwife came back. And okay, so I'm going to update you now that we had that last week in our baby shower and all that fun stuff. I'm going to update you now at 37 weeks and 4 days because I don't know if I'll be still pregnant this coming weekend. So just want to fill you in on everything that has gone on. Goodness. Okay, contractions started. This is Monday afternoon and Monday evening, and I started having contractions Friday night. And I haven't had Braxton Hicks hardly any with this baby. And so when contractions came on, I was like, whoa, what's this? So we watched him. Actually, I didn't think much of him Friday night, really, to tell you the truth. I went to bed and woke up Saturday morning and I was like, whoa, these are good contractions. And so we watched them and we timed them. And if you have 7, my midwife has told me if you have 7 contractions in an hour to give her a call. So we timed them and I was well into 10 or 11 contractions in an hour. This is how I went into labor with Zoe. Just boom, the contractions started. I was in full labor with her. So I thought, well, this is going to be another Zoe. How exciting, you know, for labor. So I called my midwife and she said, you know, on Saturday, she said, they're too sporadic for me. They're too spread out. Yeah, they're good and strong, but they're too spread out. So let's wait. Oh, I'm like, okay. So we waited. I ended up having contractions all day Saturday and through Sunday. And actually Saturday night, they really kicked up where it scared us enough to have our bags packed for the hospital. And we were running around on Saturday like a chicken with our head cut off before I called my midwife, trying to finish up the nursery and hang some things and do like last minute little details so that we felt prepared in case if this was the real deal and this baby was coming. So it was so funny to watch us, but we did finish up the projects we wanted. The nursery looked like a hurricane before. And about an hour later, it looked like, okay, I could bring a baby home to this room now. And it looked really cute. So I have a couple more projects I want to do for the nursery, some more things to hang, and then I'll give you guys a nursery tour, I promise. And then we also had our bags packed. Our house was disgusting. It was a mess. It needed to be like deep cleaned, like deep clean floors and toilets and all that stuff. And bathrooms, and so Josh helped me. We got our bags packed. We got the baby's bag packed, and he helped me get everything in the nursery together. And then he cleaned the whole house. He was amazing. He cleaned the whole house, top to bottom, and then made dinner for us. It was just this weekend. He was just this last weekend. He was amazing. He is amazing, but. It was just incredible to watch him. And he gets nervous when, I don't know if your men have done this, but he gets nervous when, you know, there's a possibility that the baby's coming. He just turns into this crazy person and starts cleaning and just his stomach starts to hurt really bad. And it's so funny to watch him. So, anyway, that was Saturday. Sunday we got up. I had nursery with the little ones. I was helping in the nursery, and I told Josh, I said, I think I just want you to help me get down on the floor because I can't play with them and pick up toys and things like that. So he came in the nursery yesterday morning, and helped me with the kiddos. And doing okay. I had contractions. Some were really strong. I was breathing through some of them. And then last night, goodness, I took a bath. And first I started having really good contractions. Like, there were tears in my eyes. These contractions hurt so bad. So I took a bath. I couldn't even finish my dinner. I took a bath, got out of the bath, a hot bath, and I said, let's time these because this really could be it. So we timed them, and they were like every 5 minutes. And I'm like, this is fantastic. And I could feel them. They had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So they would start, and then they'd ramp up, and then they'd peak, and then they'd come back down. And I could feel that in these contractions, and I was just so excited. I'm like, yay, these are real contractions. So then we're sitting on the couch, and we're timing them, and they started like not peaking anymore, and it was more of a plateau. Like they'd start and just plateau, and not really, they weren't very strong or powerful or anything. So Josh was like, they're stopping. I'm like, they can't stop. So anyway, it was what it was. All of that excitement. We had the girls showered and dressed and ready to go to the hospital just in case. You know, last night was the night. And so everybody was kind of bummed when okay, I guess we got to go to bed and get ready for the week. But then I went to bed, and at 8 o'clock we went to bed. And at 9 o'clock I threw up. I was in bed trying to fall asleep, and all of a sudden I just had to throw up. So it's icky information that I'm sharing with you, but I have never experienced that before. And like full on vomiting, and it was crazy. So I'm like, well, that's weird. But anyway, so then here we are today. I had a checkup. 37 weeks, 4 days. I had a checkup. My midwife is back. So I was happy. Today was the first day I was actually checked. And I had an ultrasound to measure the fluid, which we found out we don't need to be worried because it's a 13, which was wonderful. So wonderful to hear that. Because if the baby's fluid gets too low, it can pinch its cord and cut off the oxygen to its brain, and not fun stuff. So we have lots of fluid and a happy baby in there. It's fantastic. Okay, so the ultrasound came out fine. My cervix was measured, and it's starting to change, but then when I went over to my midwife's office, she said, the baby's really low. Really, really low. And its face should be towards my tailbone. And its face is to the side right now. And we need it to turn. So the face needs to go from here to kind of here to be ready for birth. She said, that is why you're having real contractions. And I thought, I'm not crazy. These contractions hurt. And so she said, you're going to continue to have really, really strong sections of contractions, and then they'll just kind of, they'll not be as strong, and they'll start to be more sporadic. And like, that's exactly what's happening. She says it's because of the baby's head. The baby is essentially in my left hip, just hanging out. And we need it to come more to the center and get ready for birth. And she says if the baby doesn't turn, you're going to have really bad back labor, and it could be just a harder labor, more painful, and I want to go all natural. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear that. But our bags were packed for the hospital today because we didn't know what my fluid level was. We didn't know if I was going to stay. I thought I was making more progress. I thought I would be dilated. So we were ready, and we were excited to stay. And I had the girls all figured out and situated, and schedules and everything. And so, yeah, it didn't end up that way. She called the hospital in preparation. She was hoping we would go to, but she said, I can't send you like this. I mean, the baby just is not ready. So, okay. So I'm exhausted because I've essentially been in labor for 2 days. Well, today will be my 3rd day. With very strong contractions. I'm not going to lie. I've done this with 2 babies before and experienced contractions. And so Josh is exhausted from being on edge and like ready to go, you know, at any second. And the girls' little world has been turned upside down because they're like, is this it? And so they're telling teachers and everything crazy stories and friends, and it's fun. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at right now, and it's Monday evening, and but my midwife said, you know, I think the baby needs more time. It looks like obviously your body just isn't ready yet, but she says, who's to say your water could break today walking out of the office. So it could happen. The girls were born in 3 days from now, if I'm going off of their their history. But I made an appointment for, today's Monday, so next Wednesday, so a week and 2 days from now. and I don't think I'm going to make it to that appointment. That's my next checkup with my midwife. But it could happen. And hey, I'm thankful just to be having contractions because that means the baby is getting closer and we're so excited. And our bags are packed and the nursery is ready. And so, anyway, there's so much to share with you guys. I wanted to do an update and say I'm sorry for getting this out late, but I had good reason, and the contractions this weekend were really, really hard. So my mind is put at ease now, knowing that the baby just isn't going to fall out because I dilate really, really fast. And so once I start dilating, it's just go time. Like it's time for the baby to come. So we'll try and keep you guys posted and shoot videos. I shot a little bit of a video when we thought I was in labor last night, but I'm not going to show it to you because I wasn't, clearly. So anyway, yes, so we will keep you posted. If I go into labor and don't make the next update, a video will be posted, I promise. So, okay, here is my tummy, my 37-week and 4-day belly. It's so cute. I mean, it's so cute, but I'd rather, I guess it's low. I've heard people at church were like, wow, your belly has really dropped. But I don't know. I don't feel terrible. The contractions hurt, but I don't feel terrible. So that's a good sign. So anyway, we are ready. We are so ready for this baby to come and see what it is. And no, we really honestly do not know what this baby is. We're not just feeding you guys garbage. I promise. We don't know what this is. So some of you are leaving comments like, you know. I promise, I promise, I promise we do not know. Okay, so we will see you next time, whatever time that is.